Alright, so lost in the finals tonight, but the fun part is I was playing Empty Jar.
Alright.
Finals down there. He Goblin Bikers with the new MST stuff, so
You see that, so.
You suck!
Yeah, that's gonna get profiled too, but the Runic portion of this deck doesn't do much against walking MST on steroids, so anyways, Empty Jar, right?
Yeah.
2025. So you've got 3 Morphing 2s, 2 Cybers, and 2 regular Morphing Jars.
That's a good one.
This could be 3 in 1, but the reason we kind of split the names up here is we get to play Mimigul Maker. So you can search 2 jars, and then one of them is given to the opponent. And that just lets you play all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So if you don't know how these work, obviously Morphing Jar, we discard and draw 5.
I'm sorry.
Cyber Jar destroys all the monsters, and then we basically excavate the top 5. All the little monsters get summoned, everything else gets added to hand. I drew 4 or 5 Runic spells off of this like 7 times tonight. Morphing 2 resets the board. It shuffles everything back, and then the number of monsters that went back into the main deck, you mill until you hit that many number of monsters, summon the little ones, and everything else just stays in grave. So against like K9, they hit nothing. So real fun there. You have 10 jars basically. Support stuff, instant fusion. We get to play Master of Ham, so that's fun. And then occasionally you'll actually use this to get Hugin to get to Fountain.
The shops get irritated.
Depending on what your hand is.
And I can't
1 Day of Peace to buy time, terraforming for the Fountains. That's 15 cards. We now have 25 quick plays, which means we get to play 3 Typhoon Vision. It's the Lure of Darkness for spell cards. 2 Soul and Luna. This lets you target a monster on both boards and flip-flop their battle positions. So especially like after resolving Mimigul Maker, I can do this and flip both of them, and if you set the chain links right, you can resolve Cyber Jar and Morphing Jar 2 in the same chain. Which is kind of nuts. And then the last non-engine's Called By, because Droll and Ash suck. The rest, standard. 3 Tip, 3 Curse, 3 Flash, 3 Destruction, 3 Slumber. We actually played 2 Dispel here, because you can trigger Dispel at the resolution of Morphing Jar or Cyber Jar. As well as the 1 copy of Droplet. So you kind of have 5 different ways that you can abuse this yourself, regardless of what your opponent's searching. And then the 40th card is the Smiting Storm.
All the Doomsies are less than a box.
Extras, pretty straightforward.
Even the DDDs are
3 Hugin, 3 Gary, 3 Frecky. There's no real reason here. It's just, it's all about buying time for the jars to do what they do, right? 2 Slipneers, 1 Munin. So this came up once tonight. Obviously, time life doesn't matter anymore. But if you can get up a couple stacks, even if they break the board, you have time to rebuild again. The Master of Ham for the instant fusion. On summon, he goes and grabs a jar from deck and sets it. And then you can banish 2 jars from grave to reset him from grave. And when he flips, he summons another jar from deck. So, just fun stuff there. And then anytime I potentially get stuck with a dead jar on my board, I can turn it into an SP or a Typhon.
Now you can see his feet. Hell yeah.
Side deck, T-Roar, just to buy time. It could be this or Messenger of Peace. I went with this route. I felt that Messenger of Peace is obviously a little too telegraphed. Where this you just get to chain, and then when they can't attack your jars, you get to choose when to flip them. You could go either way here. And then everything else is floodgates, kind of like you would expect from Runic Stun. With one odd exception is I went with Power Sink Stone instead of something like Tyrant's Tirade and Skill Drain, because you get 2 effect activations before this turns into Skill Drain. So this plus like Soul and Luna gives me the ability to trigger the jars to turn this on. So I can do some weird stuff during my opponent's turn that way. 2 Fishers, 2 Graves, lots of blue eyes here.
So I'm out of the Starlight.
2 Soul Drain, and then all of the
Marshmallow
one-ofs.
60. That's where we're
I
at,
activated
above-
0
above
floodgates tonight.
$18.
I
you're
either
banking on
didn't
more
draw them
price.
or I milled
$38.
them off of Morphing Jar 2s.
Honestly, $38
All
is
night
not
long.
a terrible price.
But
you were looking at
the deck's a
Norwood,
blast.
17.
All right.